You'll still be able to hear me.
Yeah, I can. Well, now I just unmuted. Click here. Live stream. Okay, so what did we set to do the music again? Nobody can hear it.
Yeah, they can hear us now.
That was another setting. I don't remember. Because you don't hear the music, right?
No. Let me see here.
Yeah, I found it. But I think it's too late to use it. I see the system output mixed mode. That's what you're talking about, right? Oh, what are you talking about? I have that set to when sharing the screen all the time.
And then
Now it's working. Okay, now it's working. Okay, Kevin, let's see here. Should be able to knock that out. Let's see here. Come over here. We are live. I've got a brand new Mac. Got the M4. I had to set it all
fancy.
up. Say something again, Kevin. My speaker must have been down.
You hear me now?
Oh, that's better. Yeah. And I sound pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Ali got me my coffee. Poor Kevin's been missing his coffee because
I have. Yesterday I missed the coffee.
Dude, you can make it at home, bro. I'm sure you could look at your mom with your puppy dog eyes and say,
"Have some
Mom,
coffee, please.
I need some coffee." But your mom is your stepdad is Cuban. Is your mom Latina?
Yeah, she is. Both born here, but
Both
they're
Cuban?
both yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
so dude, there's no
My
excuse now.
My stepdad's he's half Cuban. His dad is, but his mom wasn't.
I gotta put my hat on. Oh, let me put my hat on here. I almost forgot again. All right. Your mom is. Oh, they were both born here. Your dad is
both born here.
Right,
Dad is half, and then my mom, both parents.
See, so your mom knows how to make coffee, dude. I want to hear it. It's funny that they don't make the Cuban coffee at home.
No.
I think it's funny you got to go to a gringo's house to
To
get
get
your
Cuban
national
coffee.
beverage.
Yeah.
Oh man, my skin is all red today. I wonder if that's because of the lighting. Could be this coffee. Anyway,
Hot coffee.
oh my god, oh, look how red my face is. It can't be sunburn. I wasn't out much yesterday. Anyway, enough having fun. Let me see here. Let me switch the screen over here. Okay. So Kevin, you can see the screen because now we've got those
Yep.
settings working. So Kevin saw these beautiful little circles now for our faces. So he's like, circles. I'm like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, so we did pretty good last week, I thought.
Yeah, there was a couple good refactors there, or
I mean,
fixes.
every time I think about this front end, I want to throw up because it needs some help. But I do this historically with front ends. I just give up on them. I don't care. The back ends, I can't do it. Like I'm OCD with the back end code, but like the front end code, I have to give up on it. Can't do it. Anyway, I wanted to do the double click to drop the TCP connections. And we still had some minor issues with arrows, which I thought we fixed,
Yep.
but maybe we didn't. And then I want to show in the message itself what protocol we're using. It would be good to get all that done today. Then we would have a pretty nice sort of client. Would be nice. Actually, you know what we should also do is add. I'm going to add something here. We should add a marker for when things are encrypted, right?
Yeah.
Because we have the ability to do. Hey, Mohammed. Yeah, man. So far, so good. Though it's morning for us, so not too many things could have gone wrong just yet. But it
Not
would
yet.
be, but it would be nice to have a marker for when things are encrypted, right?
Yeah. We didn't
Yeah,
have a marker before, or we had a message.
we've never had a marker that things are encrypted. I don't even know if like things are encrypted right now, like dude, because so many weeks and stuff. But
Yeah.
we've got the arrows now for the encryption, though you might have encryption without arrows. I don't know. We should look into it a little bit and just but these are things too that maybe we don't have to worry about doing on the show itself now at this point. Like these are dumb little sort of tweaks because I really want to get to the data file transfer stuff. Oh, while we're talking here, tail scale has to be on.
Oh, yes. Tail scale.
And I think I got all that set up, but it was a little hard on the new machine, but I think I ended up. Oh, I could test right away. Anyway, we could do this tail scale up and see what happens. This product is still like crazy to me. Oh, I never downloaded the tail scale, did I? How come I don't have it here under install? I think I did a brew install
Brew install
tail
tail scale.
scale and I didn't add it here. All right, let me do that. But I set this machine up in like probably less than an hour. It's amazing. If you
Oh
save
wow.
all your configuration, like I have my cursor and VS Code configuration, I got my Z shell configuration, I got these things saved. If you do that, and then you can bring up the apps on the other machine.
But you save them like externally, like in a Google Drive or something like
I
that,
have them
or
in my Go training repo. To be honest with you, I just have it out
oh,
there
okay.
for other people to look at too. Um, yeah, so that's like half the battle, and then the big things I can just run them on both machines. Like if the machine died and I had to completely start from scratch, There'd be some settings I'd have to fight. But you know, you can bring up the
Yeah.
max settings and then go, you know. Okay, this
That's what yeah, that's scary.
no, I mean, but the big stuff, the Z shell, like I can bring my SSH keys over. You know, the two Macs, I was able to drag and drop from one Mac to the other. Not
Really?
Yeah, not using the what do they call that dumb thing? But not using the thing they do to let you drop files between machines. I was literally able to like drag and drop,
Wow,
which
I've never done that
was
before.
no, it was
That's cool.
weird. Kind of weird, but it worked. Hmm. Okay, so this looks like I think you'd say tail scale status, right? There we go, right there. Oh,
Oh,
I
now
got a
the
new
name changed.
machine now. Yeah. I wonder how I get rid of Bill's MacBook. Hmm. That's yeah. Well, I changed the name of the machine, which I think is something that's good to do. Um, just because then you have like networking conflicts and stuff. But hold on. I brought up an accounts. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where that. I have to. I'll learn later after the show how to remove this because that's never going to come back up. But you got to change that from Bill's MacBook to Williams. I hate that Williams name. I like Bill's name better. But I haven't cleaned up the other machine yet, and I got to turn it back on. So
Yeah, I need to
you
definitely
got to.
look into saving my settings somewhere because like a situation would happen with my last one where I couldn't turn the other Mac on afterwards when I needed to get a new computer. It broke completely. That was frustrating.
Yeah, no, you should just even a Google Drive isn't a bad idea.
Hmm.
Okay, so change. You're gonna have to change your config, and then once I set up Sophie's machine, I'm probably gonna put this machine back to be Bill's. It gets complicated, man, with the all the find my stuff on the Mac and the devices you have. I gave a MacBook to my nephew, but I forgot to turn it off of Find Mine first. So now the
Oh,
only way to get rid of it off of my Find My is if I tell it to erase the machine the next time he turns it on.
oh.
But it's no longer in my device list because I removed it. So now I can track where this machine goes, right? Which isn't cool. So I'm
Mm.
thinking that I'm going to go and get his machine, log back into it with my Apple account, and then try to remove it and give it back to him. I don't know. But there are these little silly things that just drive me crazy with the Mac ecosystem at times. Okay,
Yeah,
so you
for
made
sure.
this change to your.
Yep,
Okay,
yep.
I'll figure out how to remove that later. That's why I told Sophie I needed an entire week on this machine before I wipe the other one down. Just because of that. Okay, so I've got Tailscale running now. Okay, so I think it would be interesting to figure that out too. Though it might be easier to start using colors for some of this stuff than
I agree. I
yeah,
think
than
colors would be much easier.
might be better. All right, let me bring up the system here. So I'm going to do a Mac run cap, right? So many things have to be rebuilt because I don't none of this
Oh yeah,
from
fresh
this machine's
machine.
perspective, none of this has been built yet, right? But it's so nice how consistent it just works, right? Even the Python stuff now, using that UV stuff, the UV command and things made it. Oh, dude, see, I
Oh,
don't.
you don't have a data JSON.
No, okay, hold on. So I got two choices. This is why I didn't get rid of the machine. Um, okay, we got a couple choices here. Hold on. This is off. But dude, it's been so long since we we're even in this situation here. Um,
So you,
what did we do? This is anonymous. So my name is Bill, right? I have a
yep.
new ID now.
Oh, now you have a new idea. Okay, so you'll have to send me that.
Profile. Oh yeah, we had our profiles. Um, yeah, I gotta send you this. Hold on. I mean, I could turn the other machine on, but I don't want to go through that nightmare. So let's just not a nightmare, but will take more time, I think. So I'm dropping this on Slack,
Yep.
and then you got to drop back the good. We can test the key stuff again. So you can clean up
Yes.
your database to just be Kevin.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove. So we'll do this. Okay, so I have your new ID,
I need your ID.
name, and then you need my ID.
Yeah.
Here it is.
All
And then our
right.
nonces are gonna be reset as well, right?
Yeah. Why don't you do the following anyway? Reset everything to look like this for me. And then under messages, just delete everything. And we'll have to
Okay.
bring Mohammed back again in a little
To
bit.
get
But
him. And then, okay, and you don't have a key field, so I'll remove the key.
yeah, remove the key. So we'll just start here and then um, we'll test that we
Um,
can send our private keys again. And
you
um,
do need the TCP host, um,
oh, I
the
do need your
TCP host,
TCP host. So what is it? It's
which is,
TCP underscore host.
yeah, TCP underscore host, and then and then 400.
Well, I think I have it on the screen, right? It was, if I do
You did.
Tailscale status, it was this.
Yeah.
And it was what? Colon 4001.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Shoot, I might have to set up the 4001 again. I don't. Oh, did we do that? I did that on the Tailscale up, I think. Yeah. Tailscale up said 4001. Yeah, okay. Right there. Okay, perfect. So I don't need you up. Okay, so this is all we need then to do our TCP, our peer, and then we'll have to remember how to um share the
The
I
key,
probably yeah.
it was
Yeah.
share key slash share key or slash key,
I know
something
I,
like
I'm
that.
I'm thinking I don't like that slash thingy anymore. Almost like do it with
Button.
a button or something. It just makes that other code so much more complicated, right? As opposed to just saying, but at this point, we're not going to recode that. So, all right. So you're at the same place, right? You just have me as a contact. Your stuff is here. There's no messages there.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm going to come back now and run the TUI again. So there's Kevin. Now, if we don't do anything, I should be able to just say, hey, Kevin, that should go
I
over
got it.
Nats, right? And you got
Yep.
it. And I should be able to come
And
back here and I see your,
I sent you a message.
all right, perfect, right? Now,
Yep.
if I double click, we
Yep.
established a TCP, you double click,
Double click.
I got the double arrow. Hi again, Kevin. Shit. And that one was message sent over TCP. So now you and I are having a private conversation. Nothing went over Nats.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Oh, yeah. Nothing's encrypted.
No.
Um, we don't really say here. Well, we're going to change that. We're going to know what protocol, like how we did that communication. Oh, that's the editor. Okay, then how do we send our keys again? Damn, dude, I don't remember.
I think it was slash share key.
Let's find
Share.
the code somewhere here. Share key, something key. Actually, it wouldn't be in the UI side. It would be on this client code, wouldn't it? I would imagine. Share, here it is. So commands share
Space key, I think is
key.
what it.
And I think we have to start with a forward slash, right? So let me try this. So slash share key, right?
Yeah, there. I already sent it to you. See? So now, yeah, now it updated context key on my end.
All right, let's see.
Yep, I have it now.
No. Here. Yeah, cool. I can't
Yeah,
believe that works. Actually, the slash
cool.
commands weren't so bad, were they?
No,
No. Did I put
I
that
think
into the messaging? No, we knew enough to not put that in the messaging. Okay, dude, that's pretty wild that all that stuff still works. We didn't break any of that.
nice. We haven't done
Yeah,
this pro like from zero
yeah.
in a long time.
So now we're gonna be. I'm gonna try to send encrypted message, but we don't know other than we don't know if it was like in the logs. I don't know if it was encrypted or not. So we're gonna need some
It does
marks.
say encrypted true there
Oh, it does. It does.
on the left. Yeah.
Oh, wait, wrong. Oh, send me a. No, I see send it. Where does it say encrypted true? We have some bug
On
because.
right there on
Oh,
like in the middle of the window up there on the left. There it is.
encrypted true.
I'll
Message
send you.
received. Nonce for encrypted true. But that's like a receive message. We need to do some better logging here.
I'll send you one.
What's weird is all this says false.
Yeah, it's coming in false there.
All right, I think we should look at this code right now. This says encrypted true. Message received. Server. It was encrypted. For some reason, we're not writing that information back to the log. I don't think. Let's take a look at that bug and um, maybe we use different colors here. So like green for encrypted and yellow when it's not, right?
We have a message here. Uh,
But I don't know why this is happening. So, oh, there's a message in the, hold on.
yeah.
I got dogs barking now too. So because we don't store the encrypted message in the DB, no, right. We can't store the encrypted message because you don't have the private key to like I remember that Jesse's going crazy now. I got a second dog in the house, dude. Um,
Oh.
no, and she just saw something outside, so I'm sorry to everybody for that. She hasn't done this all week. Um, we don't write the encrypted data. We don't write the messages encrypted because um, we would have to remember to use the public key when we're reading it, and we didn't write any of that code, right? We'd have to go back and write code that knew which public key to use and all that. And it's not impossible. We have the public key, obviously. Um, the other option would have been for us to use our private key and re-encrypt everything to disk, right? And then when you're reading, use our public, which is probably the better thing to do. Is that when we write to disk, use our private key,
Okay.
and we could do that. I mean, we could add to our list here. Um, We can add to our, where is this cap here, right?
Cap. Yeah.
Yeah. Write messages to disk using our private key. It's just something we didn't do, but we could do it. We just never got back to it. But that's not the problem we're seeing right now. Problem I'm seeing right now is this says false.
Yeah.
That should
Even
not
though the
say
log is
false.
true.
Yeah, we know that um, we're seeing here encrypted true. So let's at least fix that bug. And then we could go back and, because originally we just wrote the encrypted message to disk, but we couldn't read it back because we didn't, I mean, I remember all that, but okay, this is a nightmare now because we have to remember where all this sort of code is. Now, the good thing is that it's all here, I think, right? So somehow,
Yeah, encrypted.
yeah,
Yep. Where?
somehow when we write this to disk, which my guess is insert message. Ooh, very weird. It's not weird. We're not setting it, dude. Oh,
Oh.
that was easy. Um, the thing here is that we didn't. Our message here doesn't have it. Let's see where this is being used for a second. That's not going to happen because I think we're using an interface. So, um, yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. We missed it. We didn't set it. Okay. So a couple of things then. This is going to be easy, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm going to do this so everything goes red, first of all. That just helps my brain. Then I'm going to come back here. And what we're going to have to do is on the insert message type, add the encrypted. Add encrypted bool here. Okay. Now this code is sitting under client.go where I did that. That's fair. There's an insert. So we need to say encrypted is encrypted, right? We need to say here encrypted. We already know it's false here, isn't it? And we know there it's true. So that's good. And then on this is always false. Updated. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This is because we're
That's
doing a, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah. This is where we're saying update contact key, but I don't remember seeing that in the messages to be.
Not in the messages, but it does come up in the TUI.
I know, but this is insert the message. Now remember, we write everything 64
Oh yeah.
bit encoded, right? So we'd have to encode that. And my guess is, what is it again? It's 60, it's decode 64, A64. That's the word I couldn't remember. Oh,
Send. Okay, so it's the one before that.
surprised there isn't an equal sign there though. Testing encryption.
That was me sending you that. So that one should be the updated contact key.
Yeah. So you see, it is there. Okay. So that has to be false. Now what that tells me is I can get rid of you here. That's fine. And now when we come to this, we just have to set it, right? So now my guess is that we'll see that it was encrypted or not. So let's do the following. This is all on the TUI side, right? I'm going
Yep.
to kill my TUI. I'm going to remove this. I'm also going to
I will.
set your nonces back to 0. And then I want you to do the same thing.
Yep. Okay.
But we'll keep the key there.
There. We'll do that. Nonsense back to 0.
I'm going to do this. Now I should be able to say this should be encrypted, even though we sent it over NATs. I see encrypted true. Why do I see? Oh, UI listen, encrypted true. We do the encryption on the client. That's right. Because you have to on the client. That way it's encrypted from REST basically here. So if I come now and I look here, it says encrypted true. Good. Now you send something.
So here. Uh,
Yep. Message received, encryption true. Okay. So we fixed that little bug. It was just a reporting bug, really. Let me push that up at least. Because you still have the bug in your logs, but it's okay.
yep.
Fixing an encryption flag. But ideally, if we use our private key to write to disk, which I don't think is a big deal, then instead of using the 60, or we could still take the 64 base encoding and then encrypt that, right? Just adds a little bit more to it. Oops. Let me run my TUI again. Okay. So we fixed that silly little bug. Hold on. API services cap. So yeah, that's not the, oh. Okay, so let's get back to the sort of the rest of these things here. I don't remember what the minor UI issues were with arrows, but we'll probably
The,
see them as we move forward. It was some weird combination of you drop, right? But we can't really test it until
yeah.
we can drop a connection. Then we won't really know. So
Yep.
let's figure out how to drop a. Now, if I do this, I know I'm connected. I'm
Yep.
doing something really, really, really bad, right? I'm using the UI component as state.
State. Yeah.
So if I wanted to know whether to drop, I'd have to look to see if there's an arrow. This is all
Mm,
bad stuff, right? I
yeah.
ideally what we should have is a state value that tells us things, like
Yeah.
connected, not connected. I don't know what else we need there. Connected, not connected. Wait a minute. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, that's the only real state that we have here. Connected and not connected. I wouldn't do it with encryption because I don't know I don't know where the code is where we're deciding to encrypt something or not. We obviously um, figured out how to do that. We broke things into chunks and no, that's that part of it.
That's
Yeah, no, that's decentralized. Yeah, I think we're making calls to our little data store to see if get public key. So we must have our user. You see, we have a user here, right? The user
Yeah.
is already okay. Let's play this out for a second. We had the concept of a user, and we already had the concept of a key. So I'm wondering then, could we could we add to the user? Again, this only has to be transient. It doesn't have to be saved permanently, right?
Hmm. Okay.
Um, if we're TCP connected or not. In other words, let's say we had that for a minute, for a long minute. Okay. Because we know that any message where we have a key, everything's going to be encrypted. We know that already. That's what we're doing. This is sort of special state. I'm going to just move it here for a second, where we've got a connection. Now the
Okay.
problem is that we could only set that. Where is in the UI? At the bottom of the UI, we had this establish socket connection, right?
Yeah.
You see, the thing here is that, okay, what do we have? I have a name, I've got an ID.
Yep.
The thing is, where do we use this user thingamajig? Because, oh, that was here again. And the other stuff is at user, right? So look, if I go into this UI app, I'm in client.go. But do we maintain a collection of these? See, we don't maintain a collection of these users. We're using the user as a mechanic for our storage interface. And we don't really keep a set of users, right? So we don't really keep a set of users. So this idea, though it would be nice, doesn't work because we're really using this struct as a way of being able to interact with storage. See that?
Yeah.
We don't keep track of users per se. Um,
Mm,
even at the storage level, now at the storage
client.
level, we do.
Yeah.
Okay. That's our client user. We do. We keep it at that level with the contacts. So let's see something. So we can query a contact by ID at the database level anytime we want, couldn't we? We get back a copy of a user. So we could do the following. Technically, we could do the following. Now that I think about it, come back here. Let's say I put this back. Okay. Now, again, I'm hacking a little bit here, but I don't need that. What I need is this. Let's say I had this for a second.
Okay.
See, even that's not going to help me because we're doing the right thing here by using value semantics. The
Hmm.
DB would need this functionality. You see how we have an update nonce?
Yep. Which is the in memory. Okay.
Update the
Yeah.
contact nonce, right? Update the
Yeah.
contact key. You almost need to do a, if we were going to do this, update a contact's TCP status, right?
Hmm.
So given this,
Status. Yep.
right? Now what happens? Lock, unlock, update the in-memory, TCP connected,
Status.
status, put that back. And there's no updating the local file because we just need it in memory.
Yeah.
See?
Okay.
Um, and we just call this connected. Now, I've added this API to the DB. So if I go back to the client, we now have this, right? And that would mean if I come back down here, where are we here? UI, establish a TCP connection. Let's see, query the contact. We got back a user. We're going to need that information. Um, do this, do this, do this, ask for a connection, come back. So this is the piece here, right? If, yeah, it's pretty smart.
Mm.
Do we need it to return an error though? No. Oh yeah, contact might not be found. So what did you want to do here? That was weird. So we could do this, right? Let's just say. See, that will update. Um, that will update its status in memory. Okay,
Yeah. Okay.
which is going to be helpful sort of later on because now when we query this user, we can already know if it's established, right? No TCP
Yeah.
host
Okay.
found. Now we could do something like if user is already right, you're already connected. So that's kind of cool. So this is what we needed. We needed this, which just updates that person in memory, the client ID. Okay, perfect. Now, what's interesting to me about that, right, is the UI code. Because we had
Mm.
code that was setting the arrows here, wasn't it?
Yes.
But it was
All of that.
doing it um, based on if these arrows existed already, right?
Yeah.
But now it seems to me, let's see if we can pull this off. It seems to me if ID equals ID string, yeah, we were just doing it for the, let's see. So we walk through each of the items in our thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If oh, we're saying which one to apply it to. So if it's that one,
Yes.
see, then I want to do something like this. But I guess I don't have access to.
UI app query contact
Um,
ID.
yeah, I don't have access to that, and I don't think we've extended a. Oh, we did. Okay, maybe we get lucky here. Nice, and we know this is the ID already. And what happens if we can't do something here? We're not returning an error. So let's just return this for a minute because I don't know what to do. You see, now we know whether or not they're connected, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So what am I doing here? I wrote lines 282 through 284 to determine whether or not I need to know the has star because I need to know if there's a message there. I don't think I want to use state for that. The one would argue that you would want to do that too, right? To have a proper state.
Mm.
And then we're using the arrows to determine, oh, dude, but it's not enough. No, I don't want to do what we're doing here. It's not enough. You'd need the status on both sides. This gets super complicated.
Oh, okay.
No, 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 I'm backing out. I'm backing out. I'm backing out. Discarding all this. Sorry, dude. It's too complicated. I don't want to go down this path.
Yeah.
This is too complicated, bro. No, 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 no. We're just gonna hack this. This requires a new design to do what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
No, 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 no. We have to do this to determine if we're connected or not. Shit, man. I hate UI, bro. This problem is once you start hacking, you're hacking for life.
Yeah. You go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Once you start hacking, you're hacking for life here. So we don't know on the cap side, do we? What's happening here? On the cap side, we call this TCP connect, right?
Mm, TCP connect.
Our chat package should already know we're connected. No, it doesn't. So remember, we established a second. Oh, maybe
Mm.
this returns. Hold on. Dial. Damn it. Hold on. Let me go back. So we do this, and that was the interface. No, here. The dial was the interface. And here we have our client manager. That's our dial. Chat dial TCP connection. Where's that again? And then that called dial. Okay, perfect. So that called dial. And this is our dial. So you see, okay, dial will return an error if the client is already connected. Problem is that we would want to know that that's the error that we got back, right?
Error variable. Okay.
So play this out now.
Okay.
Dial fails, goes back to here. This fails. And now we would know whether or not it was it was because we were already sort of connected, right?
Okay.
Now, what we could do, hmm, I could cheat a little bit here, I think. We could cheat. And if you call this again and you're connected, it disconnects you,
Okay. I
right?
mean, that's what we want to happen anyway, right?
Well,
Is
we could do it with a separate call where you say, instead of dial, you say drop. So, given, let's play this out. We could do a drop. And the key here is that if error doesn't equal nil, right? Get rid of all this for a second. Error I have a feeling we don't need this. Let's go back. So we do something like that, right?
okay.
And then we need the client that comes out of here. So we have a client. And then you're dropping it, right? Which should trigger a whole bunch of other stuff that's going to happen. Um, yeah, everything is. So I could have this other function called drop. And then at the business layer, maybe not the business layer, maybe this is an app layer thing,
Mm,
right? Like our application layer makes a decision to call drop. At this point, we're ignoring errors. Like we don't care about errors at any level, right? Um, so here's one idea. I would do it at the app layer. Now we would need this drop functionality though at the app layer, um, which I guess we already get. I guess my idea is this. Maybe we
I,
add that back anyway.
mm,
Hold on. Let me save this. Let me control Z and put the other code back.
so
No, we're leaking shit all the way up, but like this here on the dial, right? The client manager calls dial here, right?
mhm.
I mean, ideally, this shouldn't be leaking this if we're going to do it. If we're going to do this, then we really should be doing this. sort of these two. And normally if we're going to have like this many, hit the right arrow. I'm going to do this. And since we're using comments here, right? Instead of fine. And my point is that if we're going to do that, we have to do this here because you don't want to be leaking the foundational errors there. So now what happens is you have to do that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay.
And ideally that's even better. But you don't even have to do that. That's better. Okay. The reason it keeps asking me to do that, I think, is just more consistency than anything else. But I don't think we need it. So this is the error, okay, that we now want to return, which means now at the app layer, you'll see why I'm doing it now here. See, at the app layer now, I test the chat bus error. It would be really bad to test the foundational packages error. That's sort of leaking all the abstraction that we did. All right.
Yeah.
And that's much cleaner because now we're responding back properly that this client's already connected, right? You're getting whatever an already exists sort of thing. And um, even that might be overkill though on already exists. Let's just take a look at already exists. So that's returning a 409, let's say, okay, which maybe is fine. We have to look at the client code if that matters. But so that's kind of cool. Now we could make a decision here. If this is the error, right? Um, and this is why I want to do it the app layer, because this is an app layer thing. If we push it into the business layer, you're making everybody have to sort of conform to this logic, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Then what we could do is do an a dot chat dot drop TCP connection. Okay. We could still send the 409, but in our client, we know that if we got a 409, that we've dropped them. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That we've dropped them.
Huh.
You see, and then what we could do, something like that. I don't really care about the messaging, but interesting, right? But this is an app layer thing. This is an app layer, not a business layer thing.
Yeah.
So we either dial, if it's already connected, we'll just drop it. We should see this. We'll get a 409 either way. I think we're going to be fine. You can get as granular as you want here, but I don't think we need to. But at least at the business layer, it's not being done that way. At the business layer, we have the two things. We have the yeah, we're using that drop command that already existed, right? See? So interesting. Drop TCP connection. It does a remove TCP connection here. Interesting, right?
Hmm.
So does that mean that we never call this? We never called that, did we? We didn't need to call that because let's play this out again. Chat bus
Okay.
had a drop.
Yep.
That went to remove. Remove. Yeah, had to look for it and then just close the
Mm-hmm.
connection. And
Yep.
that causes everything else to sort of happen. So we didn't need to do any of that. We just need to add the already connected.
Connected.
Yeah. And we just make sure that that's what we're passing through. So then we can write some proper logic here. You see how the error handling works really, really well. And you just
Yeah.
need an error
Yeah.
variable. You don't need anything else. Um, and it's a long name, but it's very clear, right? Client already connected.
Yeah. Exactly.
So now what that tells me is we can sort of simplify what we are doing here. Um, let me see how we want to handle it here now. So we'll make this call. Okay. Now the call could be 204, return nothing. In fact, maybe we do a switch status code and not an okay, but the, what was it again? Do you remember? Was the status conflict, right? Yeah,
Status
status
conflict.
conflict. So if it's a 409, then we know that we dropped the connection here. Okay.
Okay.
It's almost like I want to return an error
Connection
connection
already.
dropped, right?
Oh,
Like we got to
dropped.
create
Yeah.
this variable.
Okay.
Um, we don't have any
Mm,
variables just yet for errors, but we'll just do it here. Okay. So if we get a 409, that just tells us that we didn't connect, we dropped. Okay. So establish TCP connection. Come back here. We just did this. All right. So now what we want to do is the following. If connection dropped, then we'll just say TCP connection dropped with dropped 4,
mm-hmm.
right?
Dropped. Yeah.
So now if we double click, we can connect and disconnect and connect and disconnect. But the
Okay.
big part here is that this logic's happening at the app layer, not in the business layer, because this isn't necessarily, we decided at this app layer. This is why you need app layers and business layers and foundational layers, because we're
Yeah.
deciding for our app that this is how we want this behavior to be. If we pushed it into the business
Okay.
layer, then no app has the ability to make this decision. They're all forced to do
Got it.
this,
Yeah. So
right?
like in the case that you wanted to do, let's say like a React UI version of this, you would need to match that behavior.
Well, our app layer now does it. So if you'd be calling into this, you'd be doing it. But if we didn't
Okay.
want to do this for React, we could add another app layer, say handler or something, and
Okay.
change this up, right? We wouldn't
Got it.
necessarily, right? We could decide that you're not going to call this TCP connect. This is right? We could now call this TCP connect
TUI
drop, right?
or drop. Oh,
So,
okay.
right, I could call it this for now, right?
Got it. Okay. So you would have
Right?
like a TCP connect and a TCP connect drop.
Right, because that's what this API is now doing, right?
Okay.
So that's my point is if we decided on a React app that we didn't want to do it this way, we wanted to have separate connect drops, we could do it.
Got
Doesn't
it.
break anything. You're not forced into this right now. It's just that our
Because
web
these changes are
at
contained
the
in the
app
app layer.
layer, yeah, and we didn't.
Yeah.
So the lower in the stack you set policy, right? The It could be good and bad because now everybody conforms to that and nobody else has to worry about it. Good. Uh, Nobody else can deal with it anymore. Not bad, right? And so the lower in the call stack that you do something, the stronger the policy is for that thing, even with the error
Mm,
variables not leaking them out. So now what we've done is we've created a connect drop toggle,
got it. Okay.
and then we're fine there. So this is why, like, I want everybody having these layers. Call them what you want, but think about, right, because it gives you the flexibility that we just sort of went through here. So now if we get the 209, fine. And now we're able to do this. Now, you see apply contact prefix, right? Now it gets interesting because on this particular case, now we want to say false, right?
Yeah.
Probably as well. If we fail to connect, we might need to do it here anyway, right? False, true. No, we got to do it in every case. Again, this code could be cleaned up, but I keep saying let's not clean it up.
Yeah.
Okay. But you can see here now that we have the faults to remove it. This might just work, actually.
That would be a beautiful thing.
It might just work. It's hacky code again, but it might just work. So let me push this code up and then I'll test it on my side. I'll connect and disconnect with you. But there's a big part of me that just wants to like rewrite the this TUI client that has just gotten a little bit out of control, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so nothing changed on the cap. Did anything change on the? Oh no, we did change the cap. I gotta redo everything. All right, let me restart everything. So run cap,
Yep.
run TUI. Okay, let me know when you're up. Don't do anything. Just let me know when you're up.
I'm up.
Okay, I'm gonna try to establish a TCP connection. Oh, double click. Okay, boom. Sometimes you double click and it doesn't register it.
Yeah.
So we have it established a connection. Now I'm gonna double click again. Boom. Connection
Dropped.
dropped.
And I got the
And
message.
let
Connection
me see
drop.
here though. Client already connected at the app. So what we might want to do is not show that error.
Yeah, instead of an error.
You know what I'm saying? Because like
Uh,
this is how we're coding it. We have to return an error, but there's no way to return it. Yeah. What did we write here? Client already connected. So there's a couple things here. We're returning the 409, right?
mhm.
Um, so we're doing this as an error. Now, the only other way to change that would be to send a 200 proper response 200 on both sides of that. I just don't know how important it is for where we are right now. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
That could be confusing to somebody. Um, we could just change this to say this. We could just say, change the logging to say, um, dropped TCP connection.
TCP connection. Yeah.
And even though, right, it says handled error during the request, just for now, right? Not error.
Hmm.
Just for now. This is something we can come back to sort of later, um, and handle. And maybe you handle it more internally where, was a way of suggesting that this wasn't an error, right? Something like that. So I'll just do this for now. And then we can decide later on, do we want to make these two things a 200 and get rid of the 204? Instead of treating this as a 204, we treat it as a 200 with um, a proper message. In other words, connect, right? Type just that, and maybe with a status. Um, Connected, not connected, right? I don't know. Let's just say you played it this way. Okay. So you played it out this way, where now what we do here is return. I need you just return this. Connected, false, right? So we do that, okay? And now it's a 200. It's not
Yeah.
a that. So now when we come back to this code here, now what we're going to say is if the status code is an okay, let me switch this out a second for. Now what we have to do is we're going to do this every time. That's fine. And now we need a model again. The model looks like this, right? And now we just say if response dot connected is true, do this, uh, default that. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now in the
Okay.
logs, we won't see this, which is going to get really confusing. We're just going to see that. And maybe the switch is overkill here, right? If connected, return nil, do that. A little cleaner. And then this is more the message. Oh no, that's right. So I think that's what we want. Now
Okay.
when we do this dance, we won't see an error in the log. We'll just
Hmm.
see responses, right? So
Gotcha.
let's
Okay.
play that out again here. Cleaning, connect and drop. All right, so pull latest again. I'll do a make run cap. I'll do my make run TUI. Let me know when I
Okay.
can
I'm up.
connect to you again. Okay. So Now I've got a connection, right?
Yep.
Got the status okay. Um, double click again. And this time there's no error, right? It just says
Nope.
status okay, but it says connection dropped and it dropped on your side, right?
Yep. It
And
dropped.
then I can do this again. It's always the focus, and then I have to double click. And now we're connected again. Dude, that's working badass, right?
Nice.
Now,
Awesome.
I want you to connect. Now I want you to drop. So there's our bug. Something on the drop side. See the arrows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think we had this in the logs already too. So
I think it's not getting removed. Like,
yeah, no, let's
like,
take a look because it's all in one function.
yeah,
It's
it's
this
all
right
it's all
here,
there.
right? We're just doing something really sort of dumb to get this and then another arrow. So it's just weird. Let's just walk through this logic because I'm not sure oops, how that's happening. I know the following. I know that we look like this when you drop, right?
Yeah.
So it won't have a star. It will have a left arrow. It will have a right
Mm-hmm.
arrow. We agree.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Then we're taking this name and oh, this is the problem. If I remove this, then all we have left is this. So I think what we have to do is this. Again, we're hacking the shit out of this, right? I think we have to do that.
So, okay. So just remove like the heads of the arrow.
Yeah, because the other arrow never got removed because we couldn't find it because we went down to a single line and we removed all that. So that arrow stayed,
Oh, okay.
right?
Okay.
And then we added it back in. So I think that's going to fix it. I think that's going to fix it. Let's try it again on your side. Hold on. Line 357. Oh, what did I break?
Apply contact prefix.
That's where, oh,
Oh, the X. Yeah.
I don't even remember doing that, dude. Okay. I'm going to connect to you first. Now you
Okay, I
connect
got
with
it.
me. Now
Connected.
you drop. Yeah, that was the problem. Now I'm going to drop. Okay. Now I have an extra space. So let me fix that one because when we end up with an extra space on the
Should it be?
drops, right? So this is going to be it here. Okay. So get the name. It has a right arrow. No. It has a star. No.
Should
Oh,
be there, that space.
yeah.
That would make sense.
Replace the final name with a space. Why am I doing that? Hold on.
Mhm.
Why are we saying replace? Replace. What are we doing here? Re- Okay, let's play this out again. This is a scenario we're in. I'm saying drop this,
Yep.
but the space may have happened. No, because this is
It
where we're at. We're at this
replaces.
with a space. So this gets ignored. This gets ignored. We just want the final name without this. I don't know if this has happened is the problem, right? Assuming that that's happened, let's just say that stayed. So that happened. Then what I'm trying to say is replace. Boy, my brain isn't reading this code. Why is that? The final name could look like this. What was this trying to do? Replace. Oh, with the regex. And the regex is trying to remove multiple strings. Oh, this was the regex code. So we didn't have double strings in it, but we ended up having a string on the end, didn't we? It's almost like I have to do this. Dude, and I know this code can be like 10,000 times better, right? Why did you do that? Why are you doing anything I don't want you to do?
The replace all string is breaking it there on the same line. I think it's like
This is what I
conflicting.
want.
Ah, okay.
This is what I
Yeah.
want. I don't want any space on the I think that's going to solve our problem. Let's try it again. Then I'll push it. Again, this code is horrific, bro. Okay, connected. Connect to me.
Connected.
Drop. Good.
Drop.
Oh, there's only one letter there. Drop. Good. Okay, that solved our problem. Okay, so that means now that we could push this code. Well, let me do this too before I push it. I think we've done this. We've done
Yep.
this.
Um,
I think it would be good to. It's showing them. Okay, let me save this out. Fixed. Arrows and drops. Nice. So you can pull latest.
yep.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
running.
Now, what time is it? We still got some time.
Yep.
I think it would be nice to show in the message which protocol that we're using. In other words,
TCP or NATs.
but we don't know. Well, we do know. Well, do we know? We know we don't know. We don't. Well, at the client level, we would only know if we're using TCP or NATs based on our arrows again, right? So we'd have to read the arrows again to know. I don't know if that's important anymore to show in the message. I do think it's nice to know if we're encrypting things or not.
Encrypting, yes.
Now, to know if we're encrypting things, we could do that on startup, I think. So when let's go back to the main for a second. We could do this on
Mm-hmm.
startup. Okay. When we do It's gonna have something to do with client.
Encrypted. Oh, I saw encrypted bool on there.
We have to read our config at some point.
Read message.
It's when we come up, okay, we have this information. Look, let's just start from the beginning here. Under Zarf, cap, client, DB. We know whether or not there's a key.
And if there's a key, how it's working is if there's a key, it's automatically encrypted, right?
Yes, because we'll use your public key to send a message.
Exactly.
So
So
when
if you
we
haven't
come
ran
up,
that, hmm
yeah, so here's the thing. When we first come up, we need information about people and things, right?
hmm
I have my account. I have query contacts by ID. Huh. So I think what has to happen is this. When we come up, there is code that is adding people to the list box, right? There's a
yeah,
change function, but there's got to be some code that initially, oh, we might be using this function to do it. You see, we query contact by ID.
I think this is for their
No, that's when we
messages though.
change it. Yeah, that's when we change it.
Should
Where's
be
the
the add,
initial?
um, add contact
Where do you see that?
266.
Here's setup app. Here's the original place we do it. We add a list item, right?
Setup. Yeah.
We
Okay.
have contacts. Add item. How do we change the color of a, here's the rune. So that's the number.
hmm
That's the selected function. There's the shortcut. Okay. Remember this code here.
Yep.
There must be somewhere that we set something green.
Uh, where do we do that?
Where is that?
Use
New list, set border, set title.
set border color. I see is where we do that on
Where?
430. 430. Set activated style. Yeah. Color. Yeah. The on the agent we did it.
No, but that's the button for the agent on and off, bro. That's an AI toggle. We're looking for, if I bring it up, you'll see. Hold on. This green. We
Oh,
set
you're
that
looking for that
green.
green. Okay.
All right. We set that yellow.
Okay.
We set that green. I'm looking. This is when we originally add the items right here. So there's got to be something under UI list. Yeah, I don't know how to do that. We may have gotten those colors by default.
I see. I did it there, but the only
Yeah.
places we're using green are on the submit button and on the agent.
So we must have gotten this by default where it chose yellow and green for these values, right?
Yeah.
So then the question is, This is where we do it. We added an item. Yeah. And then we had code here that put everything out there. Set text, set item text, set item text, set item. Okay, I think we add an item. Okay, I think we can do it here. This gets called anytime we click on something. So this function is going to be in several places. This is when we added the star to it, right? Under write text. This is when we clean up the arrows. Okay. This is when we do that. But this encryption thingy-majiggy, I think we could do here.
In the set app. Okay.
Yeah. See, this should return. The problem here is I don't have the index for this new thing. I guess we do. It's I, isn't it? UI.list.set item text, but is there a set color?
Set title, set selected text color.
See, set
Main text color.
is, yeah, but we don't want to change the main text. We want to change the secondary.
The secondary being the ID. Okay, yeah.
Okay, so that's our thing here, right? Well, first, okay. First thing I need to do is set secondary text color. Oh, but this would be for all of them. That's not
Mhm.
good, right? How do we get, so that's the global one. But if I do get item, man, get current item. What does get current item return? Just the ID, which is whatever. The thing is, I want to set the color for a specific item, right? Not globally. So we could set the item text for a given index. Set item, is there a set item? No, there's no way to set item color. So I don't think we have the ability to do what I want with color, dude. That's a bummer. Huh?
Mm, So what you're thinking is when they're encrypted on startup, they're automatically in the color already.
Yeah, I wanted this
The
to be,
encrypted color.
say, green when you're encrypted and red when you're not. But we can't change the color. We can only change the text, apparently, um,
So it would
unless we do
be
a quick Google search again. But I
yeah, so it
don't,
would be read by default and then if
I don't,
encrypted's true.
yeah, I don't see the ability. This is what T view.
Yeah.
Oh, something. Oh, oops. Is there a way with the TView module to change the color of a specific TView list item. Let's just see what AI does.
Yep.
So I guess it's searching the web now. Oh, let's see. Oh, you do it with tags. See? I wouldn't have known that. Oh, interesting. Okay, so what that means then is let's try it, right? Let's try it. So on this hex ID, what it's saying is if I wanted it to be red, I could do this, right?
Okay.
Oh, it wanted white there too. I don't know what that means. We'll try it both ways. Let's just see what happens if I do that, right? Oh, sweet.
Nice. Okay.
I don't know if I have to do this though. Okay. So that's cool, right? Because now
Yeah.
that also means that we can put some green color around the arrows.
Mm.
Okay, so now what do we say here? If user dot key
Yep.
equals empty to red. I don't like else clauses, as everybody knows. Switch. If it's empty, do red. It's not empty, do green, right?
Yeah.
Nice. That
Now,
was
why is
super
a
nice.
contact not found?
That might be in my history, bro. Oh, contact not found. That's because we've got these markers now that are part of the string, I bet you.
Yeah.
So, fudge. So, nothing's easy, bro. So now we got to get rid of that anytime that we're going to be getting the current ID. Shoot. We might need to write our own version of this get item anywhere this is being used. We have to essentially write our own version. So let's do the following. I don't know why you wanted to do that, but let's see. TUI get item text, right? That's what we're going to do. Right. Now, what we're going to do is main name ID, right? That would not be the best way to do it. The best way to do it would be to look for this bracket. See if index, that returns the index of the first instance of the substring. All right. Why is it complaining here? Boolean statement if, right. So let's say if that equals -1, you can do that. Oh, but I need the index value, sorry. IDX. Now, I could say if IDX is -1, that's fine. Can't use IDX, just use, let's just use I. Now, else what we're going to do is return name, exactly. See, that should get rid of it. So now everywhere that we're using this, I feel like we didn't see it enough. Let's see. I don't think we saw it enough. This should just be this, except for this one here. This has to be list dot. No, but this has to be this. Shit. The only one that should be using UI list get item is get item. See what I'm saying? Now we have our way of parsing it.
Okay.
Oh no, let's get item count. I just don't know why my D isn't working, but I also don't want to. See, get item text. Get item text. Okay, so that's all the get item text there. That should be the only place we have to worry about it. So now my guess is if I run this, still a contact not found. All right. I hate that I can't do that.
Yeah.
But that might, let's just double check it's not in here. Not that I would know. I'm going to get rid of all this just to double check that it's not. I don't think it is. Okay, fine. So let's just double check something here. This is probably where it's saying contact not found, right?
Yeah. Which
Let's just double check that. All zeros.
Hmm.
Weird. Oh, maybe not weird. But weird. Let's do the following just to reset, okay? Let's just reset for a second. Okay, so that was a good reset, right? Now I did this. And what's happening is we're adding this, right, as a secondary item.
Yep.
That's causing this event to fire. Ah, I'm using the ID here as is. I'm not using our get function anymore because this is
Uh,
already in here, right? Line 71.
yeah.
So I think what has to happen is ID is fine there, but here ID has to equal something like this. If it's greater than, come on, are you fucking kidding? Sorry, I didn't mean to say it. Sometimes it's just so annoying, bro. Okay, I think this is the problem. If we see that, we have to remove it, right? Again, because Bill is doing very bad things with um, the UI components. So that's green now. That's good. That tells us that we're in encryption mode.
Yep.
All right. Now, if I do something very quickly to test that, we still have to make sure everything works. But let's say I just did this for a second. Now it's, oh no, it's not good.
Oh.
Shouldn't be green, right? Should be red. So let's go back and double check something here. Did I not put this code back? I did put this code back. Oh, that's the wrong field, by the way. Should be key.
Mm.
Let's try it now. Nope. Let's see. User key is now empty. And I said add an item. Oh, are we adding the item back without the color? That would really be. Yes, Mr. Kennedy. Look at what I'm doing here.
It's item to.
Shoot. Um, okay. We have the user information though, don't we? So again, hacking like there is no tomorrow. Index name. Oh, but we were using. Okay, hold on. That shouldn't have. Okay, hold on. In this case, I'm using, oh, list, not. Okay, that's why. In this case, I want to use UI and I want to use list. Where are we right now? In UI, right? Line 103?
Yeah.
Oh, that's get. We need to set. Okay. Sorry, bro. I'm doing all bad things here. Okay. Line 93, right? So that's a set. Let's think about this now. Set text item, index, index. Isn't that was just here? List.set item text. Oh.
Hmm.
Now that's going to be a problem because, oh my God, dude, what a hackety hack. Damn it. You know how we wrote a get item text? To do this right,
Yeah.
we're going to need a set item text.
Set.
We're going to need that. And I'm going to steal this. Shoot. So that means anytime we want to set the item text, I'm going to need to know if they have a key or not. Am I not? If encrypted, we want to do this. Let me see. That's the ID. That's the ID. That's your name. That's kind of what we need. So now here, we essentially go back to saying set item text. Yeah. Because that's what was there before. And now here, we go back to set item text. Fudge. Oh, dude, this just got so complicated.
Yeah.
Because now the stars and the arrows are all going to, well, no, but that's on the name. This is just the ID, right?
Yeah, this is just the ID.
Actually, we may not have to change this one because we're going to use the same ID string here. Let's play that out for a second, right? You're using the same ID string because we're not changing the ID string. When do we need this one? Actually, we shouldn't have had to do any of this. Oh yeah, we have to do it here because I'm not taking what's already there. See that? Okay.
Mm,
But here I'm just reusing the ID string that we pulled. And here I'm using it, and here I'm using it, here I'm using it. It's only here that we have to worry about it. I think this will work now. Yeah, see how it's red?
yep.
And now if I come back here,
Put
put
the
it
key
back.
in.
Okay,
Red.
that's fine.
Let's see.
Okay, let's go back.
It's like it's not letting you
It's
override
this
it
because
almost,
it's supposed
or
to be this. If key is not
okay.
blank, then it's encrypted, right? That's fine. Let's double check this code too here. So switch, if it's empty, it's red. We know it's not empty anymore. And then here, oh, no, that's fine. The ID came in. We got rid of the ID to get back the address. Oh, you know what we could do to make this even simpler, dude? Of
What?
course. Um, not change the ID out. Um, sort of like actual ID, right? Then I could just put ID here and use the list. I don't even need that function at the bottom. I just don't want to change the ID the way it is. We just have to filter out for the actual ID, right? So if I do this, I think we're going to be fine. Oh no, I need the I. Yeah, it's fine. So use the actual ID for this call and then just reuse the ID there. And I don't need this nightmare. And I think there it is. Works now, right? Get rid of it again. Red. Sweet.
Nice.
Okay, so fixing encryption sort of status. Let's make sure this works though. Send a couple messages over. So I'm gonna let me know when you're ready.
Yep. Let me grab it here.
Okay, I still have problems here. Failed to establish
Oh,
TCP
okay.
connection. Query contact not found. Okay, hold on. That's fine. Get item text. I should have called this, right? And let's do the following. I didn't log that, did it? Um, maybe because it didn't find. Let's do this. Oh, first of all, that's supposed to be ID, not name.
Mm.
Thank you, cursor, for screwing that up. I feel much better now. Right, we're looking for that on the ID side, not the,
Not the name. Yeah.
okay. Let me push this code up where you can't run anything.
Yep.
Fixing get item text. All right, pull that down.
Pulled it. Make run cat. Make run TUI. All right. Yeah, it's working. I have two contacts, so I can see the. Yep, I see that. Connected to you.
And I can say, hey, Kevin. So we know we
Yep.
now have encryption and a TCP connection. And I can drop my TCP connection. Keep yours connected. So I know you're connected to me.
Uh-huh. I'm connected.
Hi again, Kevin. But this should go over NATs. Yep, you got it.
Yep.
And then you should be able to send it to me, but you're doing TCP. Yeah. And I can connect. This is badass. So
Nice. And then I
all
can
right.
drop. Yeah. And we don't have the arrow issue anymore. Okay.
No, no, no,
Cool.
no. And we know. Okay. So let's go back to our notes since our time is up. We did pretty good today. I don't think, I think this is the best that we're going to get it with the current state of our front end stuff. So we did that. Okay. So I think what we could do on Thursday, um, I think what we do on Thursday is the right message. Yeah. Maybe we use our private key to write all the messages to disk. So that's encrypted. You
Okay.
couldn't read them unless you bring up the app. So we'll do that on Thursday. And then we could start the work on the data file transfer.
Awesome.
And we have already what we need for that. And then I'll get Florin involved for the, see if we can do some TLS connections over that TCP. That'll be
Oh,
interesting.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Kevin, why don't you drop, or you can't drop anything in the comments, right? So where do I, let me see here for a second. Um, if I say Ardan YouTube,
What do you
I go
need to
to,
drop?
I'm going to drop a link to the show here, view full playlist. So for people that were just joining, because I saw some messages, um, you can watch all, what is today's show like? I don't even know what today's show
40.
is.
Today's
40.
40.
You can watch all 40 shows that went through and showed us sort of Kevin and I building a chat system in Go where we've got NATs, we've got TCP communication, we've got encryption, we've got a little TUI, all these little things, right, that we've had to do over 40 shows sort of get here. The code for the UI is really bad. It's hacked all over the place. But the code for the cap and all that stuff, I think is really really good. So maybe we'll spend some time cleaning up the UI code at some point. Um,
For sure.
but we keep getting through it. So, but dude, this is awesome. Now we've got a nice little client that you could actually use if you wanted to start sharing private messages between you and your friends, all encrypted. You could do that already. We're using Tailscale to create TCP connections across the internet. And then very soon we'll be able to send encrypted private files across that connection as well and share some stuff sort of that way, which will also be
Yeah.
sort of really cool. I mean, we have the basics for that already because we were sharing keys and We share long messages. We also have, oh dude, let's just do one thing before we're done. Let's see if the AI still works.
Oh yeah, if it still works.
Yeah, hold on a second. Let me start the cap again.
And switches
Well,
back
actually,
over.
let me start Olama first. Hold on. Um
Switch
yeah, let's
screen.
just oh yeah, thanks, bro. All right, let me go back and look at the because I reinstalled Olama and did all that.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I haven't ran it in a while either.
so I don't think I have my models downloaded here. We may not be able to do it on this one. Let me see how long this takes. Um, first of all, I got to run Olama. So let me do an Olama up. And let me open up another. Well, I can do it here anyway. Olama's up. I have to do the pull. Let's see how long this takes. Um, let's see how long it takes to pull.
I wonder would
That
I need to
model.
do that also? I
You
haven't
should
ran
have
it
it
in a little while.
already. You should be able to just
Okay.
run the Olama up. It's just that this is a new
Yeah.
machine. So I have to
Oh, that's right.
download,
That's right.
like I downloaded the models for, what you could do is a brew update because there's probably new versions of Olama that you haven't been running. But everything that we're going to be doing next is in the main.go for services cap. But we're going to finish that last encryption piece and then do some file transfer stuff. But I just want to see the if the agent stuff is still working. We should do the agent stuff over our TCP connection.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just warmed it up now. And it all looks like it started up good.
It's been a while since we ran that. And we have prompts sitting in there, but this wasn't so bad. I'm at 83%. Unlike that day that we tried the larger model and
I
then I had to
know.
do it twice. Oh man, what a cluster on that one.
Someone's asking why a llama.
It's just easy to run that locally. I could have used VLLM and ran it all through Python, but Olama is written in Go. It's really nice to run locally. It has all the multi-threading, all the concurrency you would want from a model server. There's more and more models you can run now. You can even go to Hugging Face, and there's an indicator if Olama can run it. Olama is becoming a really interesting project, and I wouldn't even be surprised if people were using it in production at this point as well. Okay, so let me double check that we now have Olama here. Okay, good. So I now have that. I'm gonna run the I'm gonna run the TUI.
Yep. And the
You can
cat?
see Olama's getting slammed here. So it's doing whatever it's gonna do, warming up. Ooh.
You didn't run
Oh, I
the
don't
the
I don't
cat.
have the cap. I don't have the cap. See. Okay, that's fair. No, that was fair. So let me see if we turn agent on, that turned on. Let me ask
Yep,
Kevin a
turned
question. Your
on.
agent's on, right?
Yep, mine's on.
How how is the let's do something technical. Kevin, do you know how to declare a variable in Go? Oh wait. Before I run that, let's do a TCP connection. So
Okay.
TCP.
Oh, we're already talking.
How's that happening? Oh, when we
Because we're
established the TCP
when we
connection?
establish the connection, it's writing, I'm pretty sure.
Oh no, we gotta fix that. But
It's
okay, so
recognizing it.
yeah, but why did that? Oh, that triggered the okay, yeah, we gotta fix that thing. I'm not gonna write it down. We just gotta remember. This is crazy how fast it got into a technical conversation with the TCP connection. We should have. Oh my god, dude, it's talking so fast. So anybody who's watching right now, this is our two prompts talking to each other auto magically over TCP with encryption. These are the prompts. If you want to see them in the where are the prompts, dude? At the business level?
Zarf? Or I thought we had
Oh
a
yeah, yeah,
prompt
yeah.
or
Under
profile.
client
Profile.
profile. So you can see the profile, which is basically the prompts for Kevin and I. And the Llama with that, what model are we using again? With the Llama 3.2 model is now they're just having a conversation, and this will go on forever if we don't turn the agent off. This is,
This is
but
this is
I'm
cool though.
I'm bummed out that it started on the TCP connection. I wonder if I can type a message here and say, let's stop talking about this. Let's talk about how great Go is. I don't know if that message will go through.
I don't
I don't think it went through because we're in
think
a
so.
agent mode, right? Let's turn our
Yeah.
agent off for a second. I'm going to turn my agent off for a second.
Oh,
Turn
it's
your agent off.
yeah, it's off.
Okay, I'm going to
Okay. I
turn
think I
mine
caught
on
it
and
now.
I'm going to send. What do you think about the Go programming language? Your agent's on?
It is on now. You might have to send it again.
There
There
it
it is.
is.
There it is.
So
And
yeah,
then
so
go
this whole
on
thing
the
was designed so Kevin and I could go play hooky and put this on Slack eventually, and everybody will think they're talking to us.
Can you imagine?
This
That
is
would be
so
pretty
funny,
cool.
isn't it?
I like just like skimming through what they're talking about
I know it's really
really fast.
interesting, like in the direction it goes in, right?
It goes everywhere. It's like
I
super
mean,
technical right now.
this is like massive hallucinations at the next level. I think that's a good point, Kevin.
GPU array, CUDA library for Go, like
It's insane,
uh,
dude. But we got this working over our TCP connection with encryption, and now we'll just have to sort of encrypt this to disk now too. We'll do that next week. All right, I want to stop my agent. Agent off. Kill this. Kill you. Kill you. Um, what did I not commit though? Oh, must have been comments here. So let's see. I'm assuming it's yes, comments. Okay. So then since I haven't committed this yet, we should also do I'm gonna just call this miscellaneous now and fix sort of agent from responding to TCP connections, right? Because that's what happened. So we'll just put that in there for something on Thursday.
cool,
Final
cool.
sort of notes. Push. All right, Brew. So we had a good couple of hours. Everything's still working. Very, very sweet. Everything's working on my new machine too. So
Nice. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought there would
yeah,
be some
yeah, I
things
know because
going
it's been a
haywire there.
while, but we coded all that pretty well. That was kind of cool. All right, so we'll see everybody again on Thursday. Thanks for your time. Bye.